Extreme wealth looks like freedom. No alarms, no limits, no rules. It's the ultimate dream, right? But behind the polished gates and private jets, there's a different story. Extreme wealth creates problems that money can't solve. Isolation, paranoia, a profound loss of meaning. And sometimes, it leads to complete self-destruction. This isn't a story about jealousy. It's a story about what happens when money stops being a tool and becomes a vacuum, sucking the life out of everything. When you become extremely wealthy, something strange happens to the people around you. They stop being honest. Everyone becomes polite, strategic, careful with their words. Suddenly, you're no longer surrounded by friends. You're surrounded by incentives. You have employees, advisors, and a constant stream of opportunists. These are people who need you, not people who truly know you. It's a common refrain among billionaires. I don't know who actually likes me for me. This feeling of isolation just gets worse over time. You can't complain publicly about your problems, because who would sympathize with a billionaire? You can't even vent privately, because you're never quite sure who you can trust. Every conversation feels like it has a hidden agenda. Money is fantastic at solving problems of physical distance. It can fly you anywhere in the world. But what it often creates is a huge, unbridgeable emotional distance from everyone else. You're in a gilded cage, and the loneliness is the price of admission. More money doesn't mean more safety. In fact, it often means the exact opposite. It means more visibility. You become a bigger target. You can hire private security, live in gated homes, and use encrypted phones, but the fear never really goes away. It just changes shape. Every lawsuit feels like a personal attack. Every stranger seems suspicious. Every business deal feels like a potential setup. When your net worth is that high, your mistakes are no longer just mistakes. They're dangerous liabilities. You stop fearing poverty. That's a distant memory. Instead, you fear exposure. You fear being leveraged. You fear someone finding a weakness and using it against you. At a certain level of wealth, peace of mind becomes priceless, but it's also the one thing that's impossible to buy. You're constantly on guard, and that's an exhausting way to live. For most of us, money represents progress. Hitting a savings goal, getting a raise, paying off a debt, these are milestones. They give us a sense of purpose and achievement. But when you have more money than you could ever spend, that sense of progress just ends. You've bought every experience. You've enjoyed every comfort. You've owned every luxury. So what's left? There are no more financial mountains to climb. There's no urgency. There's no struggle to give life meaning. Many ultra-wealthy individuals describe their biggest enemy not as financial loss, but as boredom. Not just regular boredom, but a deep, existential boredom. When nothing excites you anymore, you start chasing extremes just to feel something. You chase risk, you chase power, you chase control. You chase validation in more and more dangerous ways. And that is how people who seem to have everything can end up feeling completely empty inside. The corrosive effect of extreme wealth doesn't just stop with you. It distorts everyone in your orbit. Children can grow up insulated from reality, never learning the consequences of their actions. Your partner might always have a nagging doubt in the back of their mind, questioning your motives and their own. Siblings who were once close can turn into rivals, fighting over entitlement and inheritance. Money has a way of turning love into a negotiation. Who gets what? Who deserves more? Who is truly loyal? And who is just playing a part? The process of inheritance can quietly destroy families, not with loud explosions, but with years of silent resentment and bitterness. When your relationships become optional, when no one actually needs to stick around for support, they become incredibly fragile. The bonds that hold most families together can dissolve when replaced by financial contracts. This is why you sometimes see something that looks strange from the outside. You see billionaires who dress simply, in jeans and a t-shirt. They actively avoid attention. They try to live as quietly as possible. It's not always about being humble. It's because they've learned that visibility is expensive. It costs them their peace, their privacy, and their safety. So, some of them start to walk away. They downsize their lives. They disappear from the public eye. Some even make the radical decision to give most of their wealth away. They don't do it for the applause or the good press. They do it to reclaim a sense of normalcy. They do it to get back something money took away. They realize that true freedom isn't about owning everything. True freedom is being able to live your life unnoticed. Extreme wealth isn't inherently evil, but it's not neutral either. It's an amplifier. It takes who you are and turns up the volume on everything. It amplifies your fears. It amplifies your flaws. And most of all, it amplifies your loneliness. Money doesn't change who you are at your core. What it does is remove the brakes. It removes the social and financial constraints that keep most of us in check. And once those brakes are gone, you had better be very, very sure about where you're headed. If you're interested in the truths about wealth they don't show you on Instagram, subscribe for more. Because the real cost of achieving the ultimate dream is rarely discussed. Thanks for watching.